Yo, people, what is going on? Lucky G7 is back again to give you guys Eden Zero Chapter 266. Can you guys believe we are 266 chapters deep into Eden Zero? But not only that, in case y'all weren't aware, this chapter marks the end of volume 30, which I think is even crazier to consider. It's like, wow. Like, we started off this series way back when. Now we're like at the end point of volume 30. It is like it really says a lot with like how far we have come with the story of Eden Zero. And quite honestly, I couldn't be more happier than seeing what we begin. I mean, like, yeah, sure. There have been a few things here and there throughout, like, the Universe Zero saga that has been kind of like, okay, that's a bit of an interesting direction. Has a lot of stuff hit? Sure, there's been some stuff that's been like, okay, that's not how I would have taken things, but it's interesting, say the least. But one thing I will say is that post, not even post, but like during the Millstark and like even afterwards, what we've been getting so far with the Eden's One War arc, like things have been hitting. Hero has been like hitting his stride, I will say. Like, if you remember, like, say, the Aoi War arc, the Lindard War, to me, it just feels like we're getting there. It feels like it. But I will say, like, the last chapter was pretty crazy. This chapter, though, let me just start, okay? Let me just start because we're like 2 minutes into the stream. I'm gonna just jump straight right in. So, got this nice, beautiful color page. You got Shiki, you got Rebecca Ship in the background. Then you got Void, which I thought it was interesting that Hero is showcasing the like his left eye. Very reminiscent of like when you had the panel with Ziggy, like at the tail end of the like not yeah, like the very tail end of the Alley War, and you got the left eye. So there's something there. There's obviously something there. We don't know what it is, but something is there. But I do like that contrast and parallel where you got Rebecca Ship in the back behind Shiki, and then behind Void, you got Mother, like just standing there. Like like she's spectating the whole fight that's about to ensue. And chapter title is called Soldier of Love. Pretty fascinating. Speaking of color pages, you do get this nice color shot that Hero usually does, which is amazing. You got Shiki, got Laguna, Happy's there too. Of course, you got Rebecca kind of right next to him. And then off the side, you got Witch, Weiss, Clean, Jin. And then on top of Shiki, you got Pino, you got Ivory, you got Moscow, you got Hamura, Valkyrie, and you got Hermit, which I'm assuming that's a DS. I mean, it don't look like a PSP. I'm gonna say that right now. That don't look like a PSP, but very tech savvy. Let's just say that it's Hermit being in her like tech savvy form, if you will. But that being said, you get Rebecca saying, "Mother, happy, wow, Pino, this person really is in space." And you get her smiling. Got Mother smiling, obviously. But Rebecca says, "But there's," she says, "but," and Shiki says, "There's a bad guy right here too. Someone who's trying to destroy Mother." Like Shiki going like straight in, like no qualms whatsoever. And Void says, "As long as Mother exists, our world will never be complete. Therefore, I must destroy her." And Shiki brings up, like, the topic question that I'll say, I wouldn't say everyone, but like most of the community, the Eden Zero community, has been kind of like curious about, like, bro, like, why you hate humans so much? And Void just says it's because they are all foolish creatures. I'll erase every single human being from this universe. I have to I have to put destroy Mother, and the ether that gives humans life will run dry. I do it all to create a world only for machines. Like, like he's treating Shiki like a rag doll, but even though like Shiki's still like able to, like kind of keep his arms up. And Shiki asks like, "What are you anyway?" "My name is Void. I am the will of the Eden's One." And Shiki says, "But my grandpa, Ziggy, built the Eden's One. Grandpa would have wanted a war against the humans." And Void says the One was equipped with artificial intelligence. That AI transcended human understanding. It rejected Ziggy's will and took on a mind of its own. And the conclusion it came to is that humans must be eradicated. Shiki goes on to say that conclusion is wrong, and Void says, then what is the point of human existence? Strife, bloodshed, hatred. You are all foolish. You are a foolish race that destroys its own kind. And Shiki goes on to say, that's only some humans. We support each other. We cherish the relationships we have with each other. We love and are loved, and that's what it means to be human. But Void counteracts that by saying that emotion is the most foolish thing of all. It is all because of this thing you call love. Love is what breeds hatred. Love of one's country, one's people, one's religion. Every form of love causes war. Like, legitimately, again, manhandling Shiki like it's like no tomorrow. It's like, bro, what? Shiki getting, like, again, he is getting beat. And Rebecca notices, she says, Shiki. And Void says, you asked me who I am, Shiki. And of course that he's the will of the Eden's One. But see, this is the thing. Void boasts so much where he says, I am the will of the universe. And he says this with Mother right behind him. I think that's something. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Got the chains ready too and everything. I, I can't move. Is it his gravity powers? And Rebecca tries to go in. Shiki, but Void notices and blasts the ship away. It doesn't destroy it, obviously, but just moves it off to the side. Like Pino and Happy are with her too, so it's not exactly a very comfy situation, if I may add. But Shiki tells Rebecca, like, hey, Rebecca, like, stay out of this. And Rebecca says, but then Shiki says, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. And bro goes into overdrive. Like, and I'm probably saying this for me specifically, but it has been a long time since we've seen Shiki's overdrive, which looks badass as ever. Like, I don't think anyone can deny that. And Voight says, overdrive. And Shiki goes on to say, I will defeat you. Magimek attack. Gravity fist. And Void says, as a as a machine, I am a perfect being. And again, their fists clash. You see what it's doing. You see like how much Shiki is sweating. And Void goes on, a mere human could never surpass me. And like again, the sheer scale of power throws Shiki off. Like throws him off to a degree where like it breaks off the collision course. And you get Rebecca saying Shiki. Then Void says perish. Human. And right when that happens, right when it looks like all hope seems to be lost, you got like the shining light in the distance. Catches Rebecca's attention. Catches Happy's attention. Catches Pino's attention. Even Shiki's like, whoa. Like, is that a falling I said falling star. What is that? Is that a shooting star that's coming down? Like, what is this? And it's coming directly at Shiki and Void. And I just gotta say this right now. The king has returned because the Demon King himself, Ziggy, shows up, punches Void straight up, no hesitation, no qualms, in the face. And again, it leaves Shiki like aback, like, wait, like, I thought you were gone. And again, Void notices, he's like, wait, Nani? And even Shiki's like, wait, what? And Ziggy says, Shiki, I'll take care of him. And that is the end of the chapter. Like, that is essentially how chapter 266 ends. But it's not just that, folks. It's not just that. Because, again, let us look back. Because we all know how much I like to analyze manga and like how manga is like the structure, like how they're being written and everything. But let's look back, okay? Let's look back. So, 26. Actually, going all the way from. It's a 3? Yeah, like, since chapter 3. Like, it's been what? Yeah, so it's been like 9 chapters, right? So let's look at the past few volumes, okay? Past few volumes, you look at it. So, volume 26 ends at 230. 27, 239. 28, 248. Volume 29 ends at 257. Look at it this way. We have just gone through another 9 chapters of Eden Zero with 266. This is not only the cliffhanger for the chapter itself, it's also the cliffhanger for the volume. And I will say, it is a beastly cliffhanger. I don't think anyone's going to deny that. This is a very beastly cliffhanger. Especially since it's such a huge milestone too. This is the cliffhanger for volume 30. And if you go back to something Hero once said about Eden Zero, is that he said that it probably wouldn't be as long as Fairy Tail. Like, no way in hell is it going to be as long as Fairy Tail. But it's not going to be shorter than Raid. If anything, he thinks it could be a little bit longer than Raid. If not very close to reaching where it's at. And if we look at it, again, let us look back at Rave Master. Like, Rave Master was 35 volumes, okay? But within those 35 volumes, we covered 296 chapters. Yeah, 296 chapters. So, if we're looking at it from that standpoint, that's 30 chapters, right? Which, if we're looking at it from that perspective, again, that would probably be what, 6 volumes? Yeah, at the very least, that would be 6 volumes at most. Because again, the volumes for Eden Zero, they've always been like 9 chapters per volume. So you look at it this way: do No, I take that back. It wouldn't be 6 volumes. It'd be 4. Because look at it this way: Volume 31 would end at chapter 275. 32 would end at 284. 33 will end at 293. Right? Hold on, let me double check this. So this current volume ends at 266. 31 would end at 275. Okay? Bear with me on this. 32 would end at 284. 33 wow, why am I drawing a blank on this? 5, 4, 8, 4. Okay, 293. That's 33. 33 would end at 293. Kind of fitting, actually, when you think about it. And then 34, again, do the math, it would end at chapter 402. So looking at it like that, that would be relatively 36? Yeah, that would at least be another 36 chapters, which I think is more than enough time. I definitely do feel like that's more than enough time to wrap up Eden Zero. Now, from a technicality standpoint, some people would be sitting here going like, dude, 30, like what? 34 volumes? That's still shorter than Rave. Rave was 35. Keep in mind too, I believe Rave had like longer chapters, which would kind of explain. Would actually, I gotta go back and reread Rave. Like it has been like forever, but I do believe certain volumes like had longer like chapter numbers and shorter pages. I believe. Like it's been so long since I've checked that Rave, but there is a lot there. Honestly speaking, there is a lot there to really dive into for like in terms of like how much time we got left for the series. Now, I no way in hell we ending this in 18 chapters. I don't think we're ending this in 18. 27 is like stretching it, but like even if you look at 27, that only puts us at what 293. That's why for me, I think 402, maybe 400. Like if Hero really wants to push the 400 chapter milestone, he could do it. But let's be fair. Like even when it came to Rave Master, like Hero didn't like extend, like the final volume to say, "Oh yeah, here's like a couple extra chapters just so we can evenly wrap up with chapter 300." He's never been like that. Like even if you look at like say Fairy Tale, like let's look back at Fairy Tale real quick. Fairy Tale is 63 volumes. You didn't hit at a huge like yeah, it's impressive that it lasted 60 volumes, but like 60 plus volumes. But again, look at it this way. It ended with 63. It didn't end with, oh, well, let's try to end with the 64 volumes. 65, 70. Like, you didn't hit like a huge, like, significant. Like, you kind of ended off on a rather odd number, if you will. Like, just 63. Like, it wasn't like an even split. It's not like you say you had volume 64 and you could like evenly split it. Not like that necessarily. With Eden Zero, there's a clear argument of case that okay, volume 34 would probably be what chapter 402. So you split the volumes down in half. That would put you at around like what? Yeah, like at least 17. Yeah, 17 volumes even, almost. And plus, if you're taking the Aoi Cosmos as a whole, because that saga, that arc ends at volume 19, that would give you what, like 15? Yeah, like 15 volumes. Counting the okay. Well, no, the Linder arc as a whole has to be a separate case because Linder only took up what 6 volumes. Yeah, 6. And that took up 6 volumes, because that ends at volume 25. I remember this. And then from 26 onward, we've been here. So, would it be 8? No, it would be 9. That would at least put you at another 9 volumes for just, like, the Universe Zero saga. Which, again, decent run. That would be a pretty good run, I would say. 34 volumes, I think, is good. As a whole, if you know what I mean. But I'm curious. I'm honestly like super curious. Like, what exactly does Hero have in mind? And I've seen some people going like, "Yo, we brought back Ziggy. Like, we brought back Ziggy. Like, now it's a because I've seen the comments from a few sources, and they've just been like, bro, like we bringing back all the dead characters, like no stakes." Let me remind y'all about one thing. When it comes to Hiro Mashima and his writing style, keep one thing in mind. When it comes to parents, adoptive parents, for like characters, oh, they get the worst fate. They 100% they get the worst fate out of any character from Hiro Mashima. Okay, because look, yeah, go back to Rave Master. Look at Haru and Gale. Gale went out, and that was like Haru's father. Okay, Haru's mother, Sakura, she's gone too. Like established from the very beginning, she's gone too. Look at Fairy Tail. Um, Shoot, I forget her father's name, but Lucy's dad gone. Layla Heartfilia gone. Natsu Drag Neil, Igneel gone. Shoot, actually, in the case of Natsu, it was worse because Zerev's gone too. So you also lose in Zerev. Shoot, just realized that. Like that actually hurts more too. Who else? Oh, Gray lost Ultir, who was like the adoptive mother and master. Silver gone, like straight up gone. Now, I know Eden's year has been a little weird because you got Rebecca's parents, which has kind of thrown me off a little bit. How we haven't really had a lot happening to her parents yet, which I think maybe her parents are on the safe side. Maybe I have no idea. Maybe. But if we look at the context of Eden Zero, okay, let's look at it this way: Shiki, Ziggy. Now Ziggy's technically like future Shiki, but we know Ziggy was always referred to as Grandpa from Shiki. And yo, when Ziggy went out pre-Universe Zero, like dude, my heart went out. I was like, damn. I'm like, that's a dude. Like, that's a dude right there. Like that was some hard shit you had to go through. Like it was a lot. It was honestly a lot. Keep in mind about those two. Witch went out. The mother of Edens gone. Valkyrie gone. And again, I know. You look at Universe Zero. Valkyrie's there. Witch is there. Ziggy's now there too. So it's like, bro, where's the suspense? Like, when's it coming back? The fact again, you have Ziggy here. I'm not buying it. I am not buying it for a goddamn minute. That he's gonna be like here, we're gonna be like all fun and dandy. Because I know Hero and his writing style. Okay, I know it to a T at this point. Ziggy's gonna be here, and if Void is sort of playing the Acnologia role, oh, this is gonna fuck up Shiki so much. Like, because now it's going to be a case of Shiki avenging Ziggy. Like, he's gonna now watch Ziggy be taken out right in front of him. And I'm calling it. That is exactly what's gonna happen. Not only that, but if the theory is really true, and Hero is kind of pointing at this, that Witch and Wizard are going to be the biological parents to Shiki. I don't think they're safe either. I'll be real. I don't think they're safe either. Which, oh my god, like it's gonna be crazy. Honestly speaking, it's gonna be super, super crazy to even think about what we're gonna get. Okay? And again, part of like what makes the final chapter in the volume so great is that it leaves you guessing with what's gonna come forth in the next following volume. And 266 did that without a shadow of a doubt. And for that alone, because I mean, look, Void versus Shiki has been like top notch. I liked it, but also I do want to say this. I do kind of understand where Void's coming from. It is a little messed up when you really think about it, with you know how like we as humans can be in nature and how we kind of let emotions like get in the way, and like the simple premise of like the road to hell is paved with good intentions. War, disease, suffering, all of that stems from love, according to Void. And it's a flawed concept, yes, but it's a concept that I do believe can be understood a lot. But with that said, you guys, this confrontation is going to be so fascinating to witness, and I cannot wait to see what is going to happen. I am not letting my guard down on this because I know it's coming. Is it gonna hurt? Probably. Well, and is it gonna give some huge motivation factor for Shiki when it comes to taking on Void once again? Definitely. But all that being said, you guys, this chapter of Eden Zero, pure perfection. And I'm gonna leave it at that. So let me know what you guys' thoughts on the chapter. What was your favorite part about the chapter? How do you guys feel like this conversation is gonna go between Ziggy versus Void? And what else is gonna happen? And aside from that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm Lokachi7. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Eden Zero content, Fairy Tail content, Desert Rock content, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.